if the people wanted to have like a TNT war, this definitely would work too.
This would actually be great for a Minecraft war.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the first layer we got here, and basically the redstone is going up forward um, from the end back here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into those 5 repeaters, and they're on full vortex. Okay. And then we got the second layer, and the redstone will be coming down off the glass, going down into that. But then we have our first dispenser, and we're going into 2 blocks here. These are that's a new smooth stone, right? Blocks.
Yeah.
So they're going into it. Okay. And we got the third layer with the picture frame. That's a glowing picture frame, it looks like. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more dispensers. Got more redstone places. And this is coming out, going down. Okay. Got the next layer, and you need this trapdoor that helps through the trajectory when it actually the TNT blows out the load to be shot to the final end. And so it needs to be closed also. Well, in the down position anyway.
That's the launch button.
Yeah, okay, that's the launch button. Okay.
And this finishes the actual cannon.
Okay.
So it can be used as is right now.
Okay. But you build an extra premium version too.
Correct.
The auto launcher. And so we have a couple more layers for that. This button here will actually do a single shot launch, which launches 3 TNT, but it uses 10 because we have 7 dispensers that will launch the 3 TNT. And you can correct me if that's wrong.
That is correct.
Okay.
Takes 7 TNT to launch 3.
Okay. All right. Now this is where we get to the special edition. And do you want to explain that again, kind of how that works?
The way this works, whenever we take out this line here, we'll start with the redstone, 3 redstone, and then a repeater. That repeater will power this block under the piston. There's another repeater underneath this block with the pressure plate. Then one more repeater here into this block. That block has a redstone torch on the side of it into this block with a torch here, with the block above that with the button on it. When you press the button, it fires this piston, which actually activates the whole cycle.
So we're replacing the button there. The button's now gone. And
the button's gone.
Okay.
And this redstone block is actually what supplies power to everything to activate the launch cycle.
Okay, awesome.
So it's a repeating cycle. Whenever you stand on the pressure plate, this piston pushes this block down to complete the circuit.
Okay. And we have a complete circuit that relaunches, and it's timed exactly so that you're not blowing yourself up with this contraption.
Correct. If you do not use the pressure plate on this and you try using a lever, what happens is whenever you leave the area, when it reloads, you may have a primed TNT sitting right here. And once it's sitting there primed, you can't do anything with it.
You're back to the drawing board.
It just goes kaboom.
Yeah.
And you got to rebuild.
Okay, about 200 blocks away, we have this target. I think a goat up to the glass. There's a goat on top of it now.
No way.
Yeah. I don't know how that.
Maybe one of the ones on the outside.
Could have. I thought it killed them all, but there's one up there on top of it. So there's the target. We got some animals. Hey, there's even a fox down in there. Huh?
Yes, there's a couple of foxes.
Yeah, cool. So we're at Y200 approximately is the center of that. And the base of the build, the launcher, is at Y0. Well, Z. I'm doing different coordinates, but
The actual launch point is the third block back.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
that would be
0.
there.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to do just a single shot, you could press the button by standing off to the side. If you want to run multiple shots, stand on the pressure plate. We're going to do a single shot just to show the explosive power of it on the other end.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready, and I'm going to be looking out that way to see if I can actually see it this time when it launches. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, and here we go. Take off.
Okay, there we go. Cool. Okay. Why'd you build this?
Well, actually,
what was your inspiration or whatever?
When I started messing with the TNT Cannon, somebody in one of the discords I'm in had asked for a cannon that shot 100 blocks away, and I'm like, okay, let me see what I can find and see what comes up. And all the ones that shot long distance were just huge, massive, that shot thousands of blocks. And I'm like, there's no need for something that shoots 1,000 blocks. I mean, you're not going to be fighting somebody 1,000 blocks away.
No, and especially on Bedrock, the loaded chunks and everything, you'd have to follow it all the way. So you'd have to have some other device, or you have creative flight to build to get to the other end to make sure it actually loaded, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they're 1,000 blocks away from you and you fire, it's going to stop somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, and then load back up
because you don't have anything loaded in that middle section.
Yeah, exactly.
So I wanted something that could be loaded by both parties the whole time.
Right.
And so I played around with it and I created one that went right at 100 blocks. I mean, it was almost perfect 100 blocks. And I said, maybe I can make it stronger. Just a little bit stronger.
Just double.
And I did. I doubled the primer and the shot. So where originally I had, I think it was using 5 to shoot 1. Now I increased it to 7, so it gave it that little bit more oomph, and then I added the 2 more shots to it to give it more explosive power on impact.
Okay, that's awesome. So on the reverse of it too, if you only had a object 50 blocks away, you could reduce the number of blocks that's doing the combustion, the 7, and get a shorter shot.
Okay. You could actually just remove the TNT from some of those and get a shorter shot.
Okay. Will that still launch 3 TNT? Could that still launch 3 TNT though?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure will. We can actually do that now. I'll pull 3 out. And we'll see how far that goes.
Okay.
All right. And firing.
Okay. So we get down here in the center, and that's about 86 blocks, 87?
Yep. I agree. About 86 blocks. And you can see that still does a lot of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, the radius looks pretty much the same almost And this is using 4 TNT to shoot 3.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's a good way to judge what you're doing. So yeah, if you did need to take out, maybe make your own ravine, even you could do that.
Yes, you actually could. So let's change it one more time. We'll put one of them back in there. We'll take these 2 out and fire one more time. Now this is 6 firing 1.
Okay. And that's surprisingly pretty close to the last one. 120
You
blocks.
you can see the difference in the damage from 1 to 3.
Right. So this is like target specific.
Right.
Yeah. Take out that goat. He'd probably jump out of the way though, the goat. All right, that's pretty awesome. So I mean, it has a lot of variety of how you can shoot it and how much damage you can shoot at the other end.
Yep.
It's kind of a
All
specialty
just in, yeah. All in how you load it.
Okay, that's a good point. Another advantage of this build here. And now you're standing on it for the auto loading, auto shooting. So about 4 seconds in between each fire. That sound about right?
That sounds about right. It's timed so that the moment it fires, it's loading new primer.
Okay. That's why when you get off it, we still have one more shot going.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
It loads new primer at the exact time that it fires. It's small, it's cheap, it's efficient. I mean, who wants to use 100 TNT every time you want to shoot it once?
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
Not me. That's a lot of TNT to waste.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's his highest way of fan life way of building stuff. It does a really good job of breaking the components down and showing how they can be used, and how the end result, what the end result is. And definitely, you got a Discord people can find you on, and you got a YouTube channel. And what else? Any other social media besides those 2? I'll link both of those in the description.
Yep. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. That's pretty good. So people have questions that you're good with them coming over and checking you out in the Discord?
Absolutely. Come on in.
All right. All right, guys. Pretty nice little invention here. He calls it the cannon, and I believe that's a good term for it because that's what it's doing. It's actually shooting it out. So, and pretty efficient build, pretty cheap, and it really gets everything done that you really would need it to do. All right. Thanks, Hi. Appreciate your time.
No problem.